Happy Friday. Let's react. We all know what we're going to talk about. I was driving home on my way to the studio just to make a quick drop off, and the news broke. Got the team together. I'm like, all right, Za'Darius Smith. You know what that means? I'm not going home. I'm here to react. I'm going to share what I think. I'm going to share what you guys think. I just want to know, what's your reaction to the news? It happened. So, look, I think a lot of people started to understand that Za'Darius Smith was not going to sign before the end of week 1 because his contract would be fully guaranteed. Now, he ends up somewhere else. Now, there's a lot to get into, a lot. It's nuanced. But bring your passion, bring your snark, bring your reaction. All opinions are welcome. We're going to try to figure it out. It could be a bipolar episode because it's not one of those opinions where we know exactly how it's going to work out. The Lions are going to potentially face the Eagles. I need to see it. I need to see this matchup in the NFC Championship game with Davenport healthy, with Za'Darius Smith healthy, and we can get an answer. But give me your opinion. What's your reaction to the news? Did Brad Holmes fumble? The Lions have lost out Za'Darius Smith to the Eagles. Week 1, they didn't get enough pressure in that first half. The Cowboys were moving up and down the field, scoring on every possession. And their resident generational talent, Jalen Carter, acted stupid yet again, spitting on Dak Prescott. Seriously? Gets himself ejected, most likely got himself suspended. So Howie Roseman is not a passive GM. He sees his team needs a pass rusher. And they went out and signed Za'Darius Smith. Reportedly, if he meets all his incentives, $9 million. $9 million. It's not chump change, but he's got to probably do a lot of things in order to earn it. $9 million, I don't think the Lions were going to match that in any capacity. Braylon gets in quickly. $9 million? You're telling me Brad is too cheap to pay Za'Darius $9 million? GTFOH, bruh. Braylon's mad. Corey, right away. This is going to be about you guys. This is your platform to share your opinions. Right, wrong, or indifferent, we don't know the answer yet. This is just pure emotional reaction, as it should be. Corey's wise. Corey P., shout out to you. Well, hope no injuries happen or we're toast. I need to see the Eagles and the Lions, preferably at Ford Field, for the NFC Championship. We will have a definitive answer. Now, let's just give you my thoughts. Of course, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear a competitor getting better. That's a natural, normal reaction. Am I scared? No. Am I panicked? No. Am I irritated? Yes. It got harder. It's a simple question. Did it get harder now to win the NFC? Just a little bit. Because the Eagles' defensive line was already better than yours. And they added a talent. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Za'Darius Smith. The Eagles are formidable. You have to give them their respect. But the Lions are formidable too. The Lions got 2 young studs at guard. The Lions have an offense that features 4 potential All-Pros. So you don't got to be scared. It's just annoying because it gets harder. It never gets easier in this league. And you got to worry. Your biggest asset is a player that you're hoping stays healthy. So you got to do what we got to do to keep Marcus Davenport in good spirits and producing. What's your reaction? Hit the notification bell. Let's spread this so 200, 300, 400 people can join and talk about the news of the day. Hit that like button. Come react here. It's a safe space to talk, react, get mad. This is your spot. The Detroit Lions Lone Wolves podcast. Live reaction to the news of the day. How frustrated are you that the Eagles got Za'Darius Smith? Let's read some of the comments. You're firing them off quickly. Thank you guys so much. If you just need your reaction sent out, super chats go right to the front of the line. Charlie A. Doc, my guy, what's good from Maryland? Stationed here at Walter Reed Military Hospital. Sneak me in the game with you when you come to Maryland for either Lions games. I'm coming. Maybe we'll have a beer. I just booked my ticket 24 hours ago to Baltimore. I'm taking the Monday morning flight to Baltimore, going to Monday Night Football. Maybe the Commanders game as well. Maybe we'll meet up, Charlie. Shout out to you working at Walter Reed. Props to you. Blessings to you and your family. Now, do I look like a guy that could sneak anybody in? I'm Middle Eastern, bro. I'm on triple high alert. The Lions tell me to get the credential in a week early. I get it in 2 weeks early so they can do the thorough background check. I told my editor, send it now. I'm Middle Eastern, bro. I can't sneak anything. I'm still fighting to get a second credential when I'm one of the hardest working reporters they got. And I got a battle for part-timers to get there. But if I ever get a free ticket, I'll find you. Make sure you subscribe. Leave a super chat and super thanks. I'm fired up. Long week, a lot of articles, a lot of content, a lot of videos. You know how it is. My mom's name is Booner. Bag fumbled by Brad. The bag fumbled by Brad. Brent was hoping for some depth behind Davenport. They added some guys. They're role players, but they believe in what they have brought in, who are younger talent. Remember, guys, Za'Darius is older than he was last year. Didn't have a training camp. I can't wait for the Lions and the Eagles. I think that'll be right around the time where Za'Darius should be performing at some decent level. I want to beat the Eagles in their home at their best in front of that rabid fan base. Ross, things can change by the deadline. I'm not saying don't make a move. We can do better than Smith. Shout out to you. That's a fair opinion. Guys, the season's not over. The transaction wire's not over. Brad can still cook. The problem is there's a world star chef in Philadelphia. He's got to battle Roseman. Roseman's like on it. They need a move, they make it. DM5 TV, bad move by Brad Holmes. Why? For those that say it's a bad move, why? Why are you concerned? I'm annoyed because it got harder to win. I like things to be easy. But you know me, I like things the hard way too. I get it. The Lions have a great offense, but the offensive line is going to be tested. That Eagles defensive line is no joke. Hopefully, Mahogany and Ratledge woke up today and realized, oh baby, the Eagles defensive line is serious business. The Eagles aren't messing around. That's your competition. What up, Doc? Wesley Swipes, what up to you? I'm feeling good, energized, got the Diet Coke. I feel strong. There's something important to talk about. I feel like you guys want to talk about it, so let's talk about it. My opinion is I'm annoyed, frustrated, not because he didn't land here, but because he landed with the Eagles. Do you make sometimes preventative moves if you're a GM? Like, would Brad Holmes make a move and say, well, look at that Eagles team. You know, the move was predicated because clearly week one, their pass rush wasn't good enough. But look at it from the philosophical perspective of the Eagles. They have a pass rush that features Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and they still want more. You could never have enough pass rush help. But the same thing happened with the Lions, but they added younger. They added unproven talent. So this clashes exactly what I love. There's an answer to be had. There's an answer to be had. Draft and develop, or find young talent that's been unproven and develop them in your system. And Casey Rogers has a task to do. 1, keep Marcus Davenport healthy. 2, develop these people that you brought in that if I shared their names, you wouldn't know who they were. You'd be like, Doc, you're lying. These aren't on the Lions. Well, Tyrus Wheat has to figure it out. He might be called upon. Josh Pascal hopefully can get back and healthy and playing. Ahmed Hassanin hopefully can, heal up, and by the second half of the year, prove to everybody why the Lions invested in him. What up, Doe, to you? What do you think about the pass rush situation, Wesley? At this point, we're going to have Barnes rushing the quarterback for sure. The keys to wisdom. Za'Darius waited to sign with any team until after camp was over. Did not want to practice with anybody. No doubt about it. That's what I had said in multiple interviews. And teams did not want to sign him to guarantee him nothing. What's your concern level? Are you mad? Are you frustrated? Or are you like, this is a nothing burger? Why are we talking about it? Why are you talking about it? Because it's an area of need that the Lions and every team should always focus on. You can never have enough pass rush help. The Eagles have a defensive line that won a Super Bowl with 0 blitzes just by winning. 4-man front that won. And they want more. Well, because, their star generational talent can't keep his spit in his mouth. Let's see the Twitter reaction. X, 2 platforms. Motor City Derek, WTF, Doc. Brad Berriman, good dude. Could not agree more. He's good enough for the reigning Super Bowl champions who have now already played week 1, but not good enough for you. That's the reaction. All reactions are welcome. There's no right answer yet. There is no right answer. It's your perspective. The answer comes when they clash. We get the answer, hopefully. I need Marcus Davenport to play. I need Za'Darius Smith to play. There is no answer. Right now, it's your opinion. Your opinion is valid. All of them are welcome. You freak out? I understand why. Now, I'm going to just talk about them all because I'm fired up. This is what I love. You live for stuff like this. What was I going to do? Go home and nap? I'm waiting for tomorrow, 7:30, to kind of root for Oklahoma. You know what I mean? But I'm fired up because you guys are fired up. That's what fires me up. Hit that like button. What's your reaction to the news of Za'Darius Smith not coming back? Is it my fault? Handful of you are pointing the finger at me. Guys, dollars and cents. Okay, I love to take credit for a 2-word X post that you perceive upset Za'Darius. But it was quite frankly, the Eagles showed him the money, and he said yes. That's the way it went, flat out. I am not that significant in the realm of decision making. Tony G, I knew you'd be here. $10 super chat. What's going on, Dr. John? He was always in the right place, and it must have been the right time. Hell yeah, I'm excited. More super chats. Let's go. I'm not tired. I feel great. We might go right up until 8 o'clock. We might take your chats till 8 o'clock. You never know. But I'll be honest, I was a little tired leaving I left the Allen Park facility 3:30. I had the injury report ready. I was correct. I pre-wrote it. I had a feeling that there would be 2 or 3 lines ruled out. So when it came down, boom, that was out. And then I'm driving about halfway to the studio and I saw the Za'Darius news. I was like, oh, people are mad. So my first thought was, no, that's annoying. To go to the Eagles, I would have rather have gone to the AFC, to the Eagles. What's going on? We're broadcasting to the best fans in the world. And hopefully you respect what we're talking about today. Get your comments in. All are welcome. The 275 people here across 2 platforms. Hit your reaction on X, retweet, here, like, comment, leave a super chat like Tony G. My man. Blessings to you on this Friday. What do you think? What do you think, Tony? Good, bad, mad? No one cares? Many of you really wanted Za'Darius Smith. So also I'm disappointed for you guys. I kind of lost. I was into it until I think the drama started with Cash Doll. And then I'm like, well, is this going to filter over here? Is that going to be an issue? On again, off again? Is that going to be a problem? She didn't formally invite me to her entourage, despite my repeated lovely requests. He didn't participate in training camp. It's a culture thing. And then also, too, you saw the great reporting by The Athletic that said it's all about the culture and focus on the culture. The photo was given to Mr. Colton Pouncey, great writer, wordsmith, covered Michigan State, and then graduated to the Lions. Wordsmith. I like his work. But I will say, just on a quick side note, I feel like one more signature needs to be added to that photo. You got Sheila, Rod, Brad, Dan, corporate person, and Rod Wood. Listen, I think you need to cement this photo. Take it down. That initial photo has wore itself out. You got to add Jared Goff's signature. You're paying the man $50 million. You're paying the man probably more than all the people in the room combined besides Sheila. Make Jared sign the photo and put quarterbacks win. That was my first thought, was I need a better photo. And I need some legible signatures, because I think only Sheila's was the one you could read. Everybody else was just like, but go check it out. Worth the price of the, listen, free advice. You can just cancel and re-sign up for $1 every 6 months. Sign up a new email, get a new credit card. You can pay, you can get that. You can read The Athletic for like $2 for 3 years. Just saying. All right, let's get to your reactions. No, let me just say this. Here's my thoughts on it, succinctly. I believe that the Eagles were better than you before. They're slightly better than you are now. The Lions still need to make 2 or 3 moves, which they will. They have to. I feel like the Lions know the deadline is the time to strike. That's the time. This is not the complete team. Just a fan here for Radical Doc. No, I'm not radical. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed because the team that was a little better than you is a little better now. The Eagles are just a good team. Saquon. They didn't even have A.J. Brown do anything yesterday, and they were just marching up and down the field when they felt like it in the first half. That's with a guy spitting on another guy. Their defensive line is just better than yours. And in my humble opinion, Howie Roseman with more experience is just a little bit better than Brad Holmes. We're going to talk all about that. But let's get to your reactions. My reaction is I'm annoyed. I would have considered signing Za'Darius just to keep him away from the Eagles. I would have thought that. I would have said, who's going to sign Za'Darius Smith? There would have been 4 teams. If I'm Brad Holmes, I sit back with Dan and I go, all right, who's going to sign Za'Darius? The Bills, the Ravens, the Packers, and the Eagles. Most likely. Right, Dan? Yeah. Za'Darius Smith is not going to be a member of the Lions this year. Just a fan. Your favorite uncle's pissed. Why are you pissed? TM Martin. Brad snoozed. Brad losed. Corey. Super Bowl or nothing. F sustainability. What the hell do they play for? That's right. That's where they're at. That's where they're at. That's a credit to Brad. It's Super Bowl or bust. Matt gets in. My prediction is the Lions' defensive line is going to be great for the first 5 weeks of the season, and then it will peter off because of injuries. That's everybody's biggest concern. Can they stay healthy? Can the Lions invest in Marcus Davenport and have it pay off? Everybody, even though he just came out and said, please support me, you guys don't support yet. You need to see it on the field, which is probably the right way to be. Don't criticize the man, but there is the rightful doubt that until we see it, Can Marcus Davenport stay healthy? Matt says the defensive line is going to peter out. Tony G's like taking a whole different stance. Listen to us. We're spoiled by the success. Just a short time ago, we'd have been ecstatic if the Lions had finished a few games under 500. Well, Tony, things change. I respectfully disagree. Now the status is winning. Because remember, what Brad Holmes did was bring the Lions back to respectability, to be relevant. But that's not mission accomplished. For some, it is. But there are some very high achievers in this world. And those high achievers that understand what it's about, it's only about one thing: win the Super Bowl. The rest is the business side of it. How much money can you make? How many fans can you garner? But the hardcore fans, the smartest fans, in my opinion, are only focused on one thing: winning the Super Bowl. That's it. Brad's job is not done in any way, shape, or form. Get to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. It does sting. It should sting. TM Martin. Damn, this stings, though. Howie scooped Brad. That's what stings, too, is that your competitor is a little weasel. You know, Brad could elbow check Howie Roseman into the boards and take him through. Howie's a little weasel. And those are the ones you got to worry about. The ones that never sleep. And he probably said, this is a great way for us to match up against Detroit. He's going to get all the secrets. Win, win, win. He's going to know what moves to tell the defensive line to use on Decker. Look at Allen. Allen's going in at even another level. It's disrespectful to Howie to compare Brad to him. That's right. It's King Howie. Czar Howie. But Brad's getting close. Those drafts were pretty good. Remember, the Lions were irrelevant in 2021. They were almost irrelevant in 2022. They were 1-5, 1-6, and Sheila had to calm everybody down, including me. I was talking about the Giants and their playoff win and other rebuilds. She's like, I like what I see. And I said, I like wins. And they started winning. What do you know? Man, we'll talk about Howie later. Let's stick to the reactions. Again, I'm annoyed. I still love what the Lions offense can do. I'm annoyed. Because I would have taken Za'Darius just so the Eagles wouldn't get him. Just teach some of these guys some of your moves. Wingo, Pascal, Ahmed, teach them. There would have been value. He would have been motivated too because he wants to be here. Mike D. Barker, Hotmail. This might be more than just money. How he was going to be used may have also played a part. Exactly. Exactly. You guys are screen grabbing me. I like it. On X. Hit that like button. Get your reactions in. Share them with the world. Culture got us knocked out of the playoffs 3 years in a row. All right, let's look at the pros and cons. And we'll talk about it. Here are the pros. Lions save a little bit of money for a rainy day. For maybe a more impactful player. Remember, guys, Za'Darius is over 30 years old. More tread on the tire. He wore down last year. He wasn't that great for the Lions. He just was what you needed. You can find players that are below the age of 30. The problem is, though, that combination of that defensive line, that Eagles defensive line is nice. It's respectable. But yeah, Za'Darius is old. That's just a fact. Did you guys want, yes or no, did you guys want the Lions to pay up to $8-9 million in incentives for Za'Darius Smith? That just seems like an overpay. But if you're the Eagles, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith and Za'Darius Smith. That's a nice defensive line. And then you got Bond and Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Smash that like button. Get your reaction in. Let's think about it. What side are you on? It seems like this is a really right down the middle debate, which I love. There's a lot of size, a lot of nuance to this. One, did the Eagles, how much better did they get? Legitimately. They were pretty good. And I think they were better than you. They didn't even need Za'Darius Smith. Gibbs can get on the level of Saquon Barkley, but Saquon's arrived. Gibbs is going to get there this year, but we haven't seen it yet to the level of Saquon. Jalen Hurts, what do you guys think? I've yet to formulate my opinion. I just think that Jalen Hurts in that offense has just maximized his talent. Is Jalen Hurts better than Jared Goff as a quarterback just because of his mobility? Not the way he reads defenses, not his arm, not his wisdom, just his sheer athleticism gives him a half point more than Goff. Is that true? Is Jalen Hurts better than Goff? Is the combination of Mitchell and Cooper DeJean better than Rakestraw and Terrion? These are going to be all answers in the next coming years to find out. But man, that's annoying because I feel like the Lions would have benefited a little bit with the help of Za'Darius Smith. It wouldn't have really hurt the Lions. That's what I'm saying, is that I feel like the fan base that's mad is in the mindset that there was an opportunity to improve and it wasn't taken. And that's the role of the general manager. But there's still some unanswered parts. We don't know what Wheat brings to the table yet. We don't know what the other two that they brought in bring to the table. We don't know yet. But is Za'Darius Smith better than what you got now? These guys are in their 20s. I'm of the opinion that Brad deserves some benefit of the doubt when he passes on guys. Do you really think Za'Darius Smith's going to finish out this year? Now, there's a chance Za'Darius and Marcus won't be in the game when I go to Philly. Al-Quadin Muhammad, Wheat, Davenport. Let's see. Like I said, I'm more annoyed. I don't feel like it's a devastating blow, but like I said, my hardcore assessment will come at the trade deadline. If you go out and make a move like you did the first go around, no disrespect, but you guys aren't terribly upset about Hooker and Broderick Martin. I get it. You know what you should be mad at? 2023, when you were right there on the cusp, you went out and brought a defensive end? No! Donovan Peoples-Jones. That was your move. Oh my God. That was your closing deal? He rushes into the media room. We've made a trade for Donovan Peoples-Jones. He once had 1 year where he did something. Imagine if you would have made a move then. Oh, look at this one. This one came in. No, I can't take the credit. It's your fault, Doc. You drove Z away. No, I did not. One call from Howie Roseman opens up everybody's ears. Trumps everybody. And the word of the day was incentives for $9 million. He's like, I can do that. And Brad said, that's not our offer. Phil, I'm going to frown a little bit, and please don't take offense to this, okay? But that's B stuff that you just mentioned. Za'Darius is a grown man. All right? He ain't worried about a tweet from the doc. His girlfriend is. This is grown man business. Show me the money. And he went to where the most money was. So this is not B time. No disrespect. Okay? And my assessment was accurate. The Lions feel like they're good. Listen, you can tell him too. Take that B stuff away from here. Come on, man. It's business. Take that soft, girly type assessment away. Doc drove him away. Me and Za'Darius are tight. Who do you think designed his leather outfit? It was me. Who do you think gave him the advice to go back to Cash Doll? It was me, subliminally. So please, the doc and his tweets drove away our guy. Listen, this is big boy business. Take that soft, weak stuff to somewhere else. He was going to go to who paid him the money. And a darn good one. That's right. You don't think I've said that to a client? I haven't, but listen, it's big boy business. Za'Darius is not worried about tweets. He's worried about, I call my agent, what's the offer? I like that offer. I signed it. I got a funny text from my wife. Yeah, tough love. Listen, that's all fun and games. But listen, Twitter's not real life. That's a fantasy land. Twitter's not real. That's just a place to go to clown around. That's why I love it. The doc posted 2 words that Dan Campbell said and left it all out. Well, boo-hoo for you. I might have saved your organization. That's how I'll look at it. When he goes there and flops. When the Lions win, I'll stand up here and say, oh, boo-hoo, Za'Darius is not here. Listen, I didn't watch his video, but I'm gonna assume that Booner was crying on his ex. The Lions didn't get Za'Darius. I asked Doc 50 times. This is the anger business. This is not the we're sad business. This is the annoyed, frustrated business. But if you want to blame me, that's fine too. I like that. That's a fun thing to think about. Za'Darius Smith's like, I would have loved to come back, but that John Macaroon is annoying. Yeah, see, Tony, someone go watch his video. Listen, should we pull it up live and have fun with it? Let's go. Let's have fun with it. I love Booner. He knows I love him. Let's make fun of him a little bit. Let's see what he did here. Let's see his reaction. I didn't see it, so I'm hoping he comes strong. Because if he comes the way I'm thinking he came, so let's see. My man, Booner. Let's see his reaction. Hopefully it's not like 5 minutes long. Okay, good. It's only 80 seconds. All right. What kind of tone do you guys think he brought to the table? Was he like me, firm and strong and tough-willed and keep an open mind? Or is he going to be like, the Lions had a chance to get Za'Darius and they just blew it. I don't know what Brett Holmes is doing. I don't know. Let's see. Now, I got to see what he said. I didn't see it. I promise. I know I saw his face out there right away. I was like, okay, good. Good reaction. Let's share this. And this is just to know what he said. I'm curious. I want to fire this up the right way. This is the worst case scenario for Za'Darius Smith. Brett Holmes is one of the best GMs in the league, but this one of his worst missed opportunities. Oh, man. Look at that. Booner, man, please don't cry, man. I'll help you out, man. Don't worry. Let's play this. Get this nice and loud for all of you. Look at my man, Booner. Nice and loud. Let's see what he said. I'm curious of his opinion.
Za'Darius Smith just signed a one-year deal up to $9 million with the Philadelphia Eagles. I have to address it. I said I thought he was going to be a Detroit Lion. I fully believe that. I thought Brad knew. Like, we are that one piece. Obviously, you can win a Super Bowl right now, but there's that one piece across from Hutch that we don't know with Davenport what it's going to be to go win a Super Bowl and just get after the quarterback like the Eagles did last year. And Brad missed it. Listen, Brad won. One of the best GMs in the game. Built this team. That's a fact. But number two, both can be true. This was one of his biggest swings and misses of not getting Za'Darius Smith in the Honolulu Blue for 2025 that I have seen. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be Brad Slappies and be like, oh, don't overreact. No, this is insane. He should be a Detroit Lion. It was $9 million. Pay 10 and keep him in Detroit. Don't opt out of his contract. I don't care. It should have been Aiden Hutchinson, Za'Darius Smith, and have Marcus Davenport as the third. This is ridiculous. And now a Super Bowl contender that just won the Super Bowl and is in your conference has him. Lions fans should be able to be mad about this one. And we could still like Brad Holmes. But this is a swing and a miss. I think Brad knows it too. But he should have got the deal done, or he should have opted in earlier this year.
All right. He came strong. Good. That's the way. Now you need to be stronger. That was good. That was really good. For an instant reaction video, that was really good. You got to come stronger than that. He did a great job. Tell him Doc said, great job. Facts, Booner. Props to you. I liked it. He's mad. Someone call the Wambulance. Are you guys, for those of you that like Tony, that kind of feel like they've moved forward and don't care about Za'Darius, how do you feel about those that still wanted him? How do you feel about Booner's take? He put it into eloquent words, strongly, succinctly. I felt like he could have been stronger. I feel like with Za'Darius Smith, there would have been some benefit, but not to the degree that some fans believe. He's not going to be the savior. He's not the final piece to a Super Bowl. Even if they would have signed him, I would have said more at the deadline. I want another receiver. I want another defensive end. I want another offensive lineman. Booner gets, what grade does Booner get for his live instant reaction video? I feel like it's a B+. Would have got an A if he came a little bit stronger. To get more reaction and buzz, Booner, you got to be like, say the same thing, but a little bit louder. You got to drink some Diet Coke and get a little bit of in your opinions. Let's go. Darn you, Howie Roseman. You ruined my Friday. They're 1-0 and they got more talent. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. It's always going to be competition. Howie Roseman is not backing down. He's hungrier than ever. He got a ring. He's still making moves. And I think what happens is more people get mad because when Howie makes a move, you're validated. Howie likes you? Why didn't Brad? I can agree. Brent gets in. When Davenport stays healthy and gets a dozen sacks and Aiden breaks the record on the other side, Booner will still complain. He'll be there to take it. Is he wrong? He did. I could have been home. Could have been, today was kind of like, should I record? Should I not? It's been a long day. Howie ruined my Friday. I want the Lions to be universally the best. I want them to be talked about as the best. You know what happened today? You know what I pulled up today and yesterday? The ultimate guy who loved the Lions. Peter Strager probably got a denial letter from the Lions and said, hey, we're not going to give you Brad Holmes. We're not going to give you Dan Campbell. Fly here. And he's like, oh, hell no. I'm in New York. He had them not in the playoffs. I have the Lions not in the playoffs. You think that's what I want to hear? Do I care? Yeah, I would like, some universal respect. That was fun last year, wasn't it? Universal respect. Number one all the way across the board. Everybody talking great. All the national media just the Lions, the Lions, the Lions. Now everybody's turned on the Lions. Now everybody got lazy and was like, the coordinators are going to be an issue. The schedule's an issue. Za'Darius is now an issue. Micah's an issue. I like things a little bit less like that. Now, I will say this because I'm curious about your guys' opinion. Everything's welcome. Today, knowing that you saw the man spit in somebody, would you take Jalen Carter on the Lions if it were available? Hell yeah. Don't tell me, I go online, I see some of these opinions. That's why the Lions didn't draft him. You need Jalen Carter. The Eagles are not going to fire Jalen Carter. They're going to deal with the suspension, and he'll come back. That's just someone you got to deal with because of the talent. I would take Jalen Carter on this roster in a heartbeat. Would you? Yes or no? I'm curious just to see. No, we can't take a second to chill. We are not. This is not the calm. This is not the calm down zone. This is fire it up. Tell us your opinion. Come strong or go home. We're fired up. It's Friday, baby. Can I just say something real quick? Can we all just take a second to chill? Anakin. No, we can't. This is not that place. Call me after. We'll set up an appointment if you need to chill. This is the place where we react strongly. I'm annoyed. But I'm also pleasantly happy because maybe there's a chance that we can see the battle that will answer it all. Remember, I think last year, I forgot the team. I probably was the Eagles, but there were the Lions that were draft and develop, and there was another team that was basically free agents and put together. And it would have been a perfect clash in the Super Bowl. I screamed it last year. But this also has that same chance. I need to see the Eagles and the Lions in the NFC Championship game. I need to see a healthy Davenport, young and 29, and a Eagles defensive line fully healthy. Smith, Carter, the other Smith, the older Smith, Bond, Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts, Saquon. The Roseman team against the Brad team. I want to see it. I want to see a young, hungry team that added a defensive tackle and a defensive end off waivers versus a team that went and got Za'Darius Smith the first week of the season and got Saquon last year and paid a running back buku bucks. I need to see it. It's a perfect answer. And I need to see the Lions win. Heaven forbid the Eagles dominate the Lions and Goff is fumbling and not able to handle the pressure and your two young rookies are lost. It can happen. We talk about it here. It can happen. You don't think that could happen? Hey, remember, you don't think I got hyped up when Mr. Lomas Brown was like, I guarantee we're going to Philly and winning, and they got their ass beat? You all forget that? There is a worst case scenario upon the Detroit Lions. And you think how he's done? He's probably making more calls right now. He's probably like, CeeDee Lamb had 4 drops. Is he happy? We should get him too. He's like, David Montgomery doesn't seem like he's going to get a lot of carries. Let me just float some nonsense that David Montgomery's not happy, and let's go get a trade for him. Howie's a wizard. He is a wizard of wizardry. You know what? I think I should share a couple minutes here. You guys get your space. I air it. Now I'm going to air. Actually, I have not done this. Now we're going to air some of the comments that have been sent to my ex. A good one here from Sean John, 1998. We are going to visit. Maybe I've not done this yet because my Twitter page is wild. So we are going to visit for the first time on the Lions on SI Lone Wolves podcast, the Doc's Twitter page that I built and basically grew. Basically me, just being crazy since 2013. And let's just admire me for a second. This is the hub of the operation. Look at that handsome fella. Listen, I'm watching myself talk on the internet. Clap, clap for the Doc. We're going to watch my live reaction on delay. Look at that. All right. Now, here's the reactions that people have sent. All right. So what I do on X, this is our X page, is typically, sometimes I'll just throw out a tweet. Sometimes I don't think about it. Tampa, Detroit Lion, I'm not going to forget about you. Thank you, humbly. Oh my God, I'm going to get to you right away. I just want to share some of the thoughts that people shared on X. Za'Darius Smith signs with the Eagle. Your thoughts? Let's see. I have not edited these. Let's see what they've said. I am not promoting my own X. It's good. Look at the first one. Ghetto by Juan. This is your fault. My thoughts are that all the Lions fans that love to be contrarians better pray for Marcus Davenport's health, because only God can get that man through a season healthy. Also, this is some bull jive. We could be having some conversations about Brad this offseason if our D-line sucks. Moving on. They will need someone at the trade deadline. Roseman probably will win the NFC once again. Oh, look at Logan. Logan! That's too strong. See, a lot of people are reacting because of Carter being suspended. Persons with opinions couldn't care less. I never thought they'd re-sign him. My man Biggins, 15-year tweeter. Brad Holmes trying to keep that cap space open for Hutch. Tommy don't care. Inside the Pride, he's disgusted. TJR, glowing nuts. Brad isn't smart. Some don't care. Now, this one's the last one because that's the one I saw before I started this. Sean John, 1998, gets in. There's many more. Put that on the list of who gives a shit. All right. That's a sample of my X page. It's wild. The X page is wild over there. But I'm the ringleader of the circus, so I can handle it. And I also, too, just as a side note, as the ringleader of the circus, I don't need to take Twitter breaks because you guys are mean to me or it gets too emotional. 15 years straight, every single day. I don't need a Twitter sabbatical, whatever that means. I need a break from Twitter. It's a circus. Who doesn't love the circus? I need a break. No, you don't. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. I need a sabbatical. No, you don't. Join the circus, be a part of it, and maybe you're not on it like 8 hours a day like me, but the circus is fun, and that's where the fans are. That's where Tampa Detroit Lion is. 1999 super chat. Super humble. That's why I love Florida. Are you a Florida man? I love Florida. My kids got an education when we were at the truck stop at Jacksonville. They're like, that person don't look healthy, Dad. I said, I don't think that person is healthy, Dad. Strung out person at the gas station. We got in and out of that stop pretty quickly. They're like, Dad, we don't want to drive to Florida anymore. Yes, you do. Your dad is scared of planes. We're driving. Tampa Detroit Lion, 1999 super chat. I am humbled for your contribution to the Lone Wolves podcast. What is your prediction for the Lions? Playoffs, Super Bowl, question mark. Tampa Detroit Lion, I think if you've listened to me, you can almost guess what I'm going to say. The Lions are going to weather the storm. They're going to make a move at the deadline. They're going to make everybody happy. Brad will cook, and Booner will be happy. Hefe will be happy. My friends will be happy. All the internet land will be happy. The Eagles will make a move, and everybody will dismiss it. The Lions and the Eagles will battle it out, hopefully at Ford Field. But the Lions, if it's my preference, will go to Philadelphia and shut them up for the second time. They'll go to the Super Bowl, and it'll be against the Bills, and they're going to lose. Because I feel like the next evolution. Now, I say this again. I've said this now 15 times, and I'm going to say it again so you hear me clearly because I'm not a hater. If on the other side, there's a Super Bowl win, having a loss with that extra grit of sadness and hurt makes it so much better. So much better of elation when they win. The screaming will be pure joy if they have a Super Bowl loss on their record. So this is the year. Things come together. Brad answers the question. They get the 2-week celebration, and it's just the Bills' time or the Ravens' time. It's just not yet our time. 2 young guards. Are you going to win a Super Bowl with 2 young guards? At this level, that would be supersonic type stuff. That would be, all right, Brad, you jump Howie type stuff. I can't reasonably, as a former season ticket holder and a fan and somebody that's been kicked in the nuts 50 times, sit here and predict a Super Bowl win. I've said on a lot of interviews, my brain still can't say it. I would be shocked. I might not even publish the game-winning story. I would be in shock if the Lions won the Super Bowl. I might start crying. You never know. Be like, oh dang, I'm in a public setting. Darn it! I got to go talk to these players. I got all that dirty snot from crying on the freaking. They win the Super Bowl and Doc's crying. Tony, my man. Man, much respect, Tony. Man, I don't know what I could. I'm speechless. $20 super chat. Keep them coming. I love it. Looks like the price of poker just went up. P.S. Booner will never be happy. Tell that boy to take a pill. That's so funny in so many ways. 400 of you now, growing. Hit the like button. Tony, thank you, man. You have really outdid yourself with the super chats. Your support of the network has made it worthwhile. That was a fast first hour. I think I got another hour in me. What do you think of my reaction? That I'm mad, but I'm not devastated. I feel like the answer's coming. Tony G's been blessed. Well, keep blessing us. The more blessings, the better. I'm here. I'm here for the blessings. And I feel like you like blessing us. So this is a blessed situation. Listen, only I'm allowed to talk trash about Booner. Stop it. The keys to wisdom. No matter what kind of toy McDonald's is giving out, Booner always makes it a sad meal. No, he doesn't. Dude, he stood up for Michigan. He was like, I'm going to be the Walmart of the world. I'm going to be the King Walmart. But he does. He's talented. I'm devastated. I want the easy pass too sometimes. Sometimes the easy, I listen to Green Day sometimes on the way home. I walk a lonely road. I just want the Lions to be universally loved. Man, and also too, thank you guys. I have been besieged with direct messages of, I never thought this would happen this way. Because like I said, I was just a regular guy sitting in this office typing and just doing my simple website and doing a podcast without putting my face out there. I never thought that people would just DM me, thank you. I hope one day to catch your show live. You keep it real. We appreciate what you do. The super chats. I am humbled deeply. And like I said, all that other stuff, when you guys clap at me and I clap back, that's all just you clap at me, I clap back. Like someone today on Twitter's like, why would you share that Taylor Decker missed practice today? And I said to him, you have made us all stupider for your message, sir. My job is to post it, and I don't get any money for any tweets. So let's do one a day media literacy. I get paid mostly from the website. So the links to si.com is how I pay my bills. The tweets are just passing along information that I'm supposed to pass. If Taylor Decker misses practice, I have to post it. You're trying too hard to get clicks. I think you guys know now about that. If I've been around the business since 2019 running a website, the lights are staying on. Why would you report that? So I said, we've all become dumber for you sharing this kind of information to me. And there's nothing to click. You just read it or move past it. A tweet, there's nothing to click. There's no clickbait in a tweet. There's nothing to click. You just read it, you like it, or you don't like it. There is no clicks in posts. The only thing that's clickable is the si.com link, which I would love for you to visit, and that's why I scroll it here. I have also been compensated to do this. That's why I love doing it. But there is no compensation for the doc to tweet. None. Or if it's to the degree that you care, I don't make enough videos or drive engagement on that platform because I do it on this platform. You know what I mean? So if you're worried about the $8 I make a month on X, I don't focus on it. If I focused on it, I probably could do more. I'm focusing on YouTube, which pays me nicely. It's lucrative. It's nice. You guys are appreciating my talents, which I appreciate. And then on Facebook is where we have built a massive audience. Come on, people. X is the circus, and I go be the ringleader of the circus. So that's your media literacy training for today. Doc doesn't get paid to click on X. Just the website that you see scrolling here. For more coverage, visit si.com/NFL/Lions. It has beautiful words and my videos. And this YouTube channel, which you're now watching. Exactly, Tony G. Tony Decker missing practice is news. All right. More reactions to Za'Darius Smith. How much better are the Eagles with Za'Darius Smith? Really? I feel like they were, and are the Eagles right now, in your humble opinion, Tony and the Keys to Wisdom, and shout out to Anakin and Phil. How much better are the Eagles? How concerned are you now? Do they run? Are they the number one team in the NFC right now? Still. Is it the Commanders? Is it the Rams? Matthew Stafford's in the Micah Club with his back. So, and I've not done that yet. I have not joined TikTok, the Keys to Wisdom. I'm on it, but I can't. It's just, I'm doing well on the website and the YouTube. That the TikTok, I just can't monetize everywhere. I don't need to. I'm going to maybe put clips there too, but I like the recipe of the clips going to our website. Basically, my website's better than TikTok. Simply is. Super powerful, clean, engineered wisely with all the great talent of the tech world. I'm on TikTok. It's called the website. Dr. Detroit gets in. Doc, you realize Hendrickson's only on a 1-year deal. If the Bengals suck and the Lions just need that extra pass rusher, Brad could make that happen. Very much so. He sure could. That's what I've said. I do realize it. I said, I am fully assessing Brad Holmes. And you guys got to tell me, because I'm not mature enough to handle if his real name is Melvin Brad Holmes. I don't know if I can call him still Brad Holmes. Mr. Melvin Holmes. Melvin Brad Holmes. I don't know if that's accurate. You guys seem to have fun with that on X. Again, X is the circus. I don't know if that's real or not. But yes, Brad can make moves at the deadline. Yes, no, I've said it now 6 times. We have to make sure that the assessment of Brad is not done yet. But we can talk about it. Brian gets in. Shout out to you. I mean, if they keep having defensive linemen get kicked out of games for spitting on people, they're not really that much better anyway. It all just depends on what Smith has left in the gas tank. That's right. But I believe that they're going to have him ready. They'll ramp him up, and starting off the year 1-0 is pretty good for them. They just have a good team, man. That team is lovely to watch. They Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert. Look, the Cowboys marched right up and down the field to start the game, and they just marched right up and down the field. Saquon is amazing. It just, when you see good teams, they actually make the game look easy. Oh, handoff to Saquon, 4 yards. Oh, Dallas Goedert, first down. Oh, everybody in the stadium knew it was 4th down, and they should stop Jalen Hurts. Did you hear it, Brian? Did you hear it? From, I was like one of the people that watched it, and I was like, no, not a rain delay. That's going to make my ass tired in the morning. I got to work. All right. Watch some YouTube, kicked it back on. Of course, no more points. But Chris Collinsworth said on 4th down, he's like, they might need a spy. They might need a spy. At least it replayed in my head over and over. They might need a spy. They might need a spy. And then the seas parted. It's literally the whole stadium, the whole world. Chris Collinsworth knew that Jalen Hurts was running the ball, and the sea parted, and he got a first down. You need a spy. I was like, yeah, a spy would have been right there collapsing the pocket. But again, prevent defenses make you prevent winning. Because when you saw that play develop, all you could see was the defenders scared that Jalen was going to get behind him. There was no forward momentum defensively to bring it down. I was like, hit the quarterback. I almost jumped out of my seat. Hit the MFer. That's not how you play defense. We don't stand there and watch the quarterback run at you. That's not how you do it. The quarterback's moving forward. You need to be moving forward. Go watch that play again. Tell me you don't get pissed off with my description. Because I love defense. That's not how you play defense. It's 4th down. The whole world knows Jalen's coming. Don't let him get the first down. Hit him. Dallas could have won it. Bees gets in. I'm not worried about the Eagles. We have harder matchups than the Eagles. Yeah, I feel you. Eagles, Commanders, Rams, Bengals, Bears on the road. Love it. Growing to 450 people. Smash that like button. Super chats get to the front of the line. Also, subscribe. Be part of the community. If you don't like the takes today, you might like them tomorrow. Are you feeling better just sharing your thoughts with the community? What's your one-word emotion for how you feel right now? Share it, okay? Because I've gotten your initial reactions, the eloquent sentences you guys put together. But now just keep it simple for the next few minutes. What one word describes how you feel? Annoyed, bummed out. That's 2 words. Bummed, livid, sad, disgusted, disturbed. Love it. Chill. Calm down. What are you curious about? I like it. One word that describes how you feel about the Eagles. So you guys, are we acknowledging this as being factual? It looked fake to me, but it was funny. Y'all really went to his high school yearbook and picked out his name? Oh my, oh my, oh my. Y'all are hardcore. I feel like I've read a lot about Mr. Brad Holmes, and I don't know if I've ever seen Melvin come up. He did a good job of erasing that from the record. Melvin and Ray. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm trying to be serious. Just having a good time with it. It's Friday. Brian's nervous. Listen, Melvin is the ultimate. Melvin's the nice guy, right? Melvin's the civilian, the one that's driving in, doing the commercials on X for the Lions. Oh man, I love my Ford, and it takes me time, and he's getting to work at 9:23. Then he puts on his black suit, black armor, checks the signature. My photo's still there. He turns into Brad Holmes. That's probably what it is. The Superman's Brad Holmes. Melvin's the guy that goes home and just wants some fries and pizza and watch some Oklahoma football. All right, Phil, beautiful segue into our next talk. Brad will not make any moves at the deadline. You guys agree? Do you agree that Brad won't make moves? I disagree with you and your assessment. All right. We got to talk about it. Because for every great GM and every great team, there's always a foil. There's always competition. For the Cowboys, it was the Niners. For the Pistons, it was the Lakers and Bulls. For the Tigers, it was Chris Ilitch closing the checkbook. For the Red Wings, it was the Avalanche and the Devils and the Oilers back in the 80s. Every team has a foil. Could it be the Commanders? Every team has that team. For the Lions, is it the Niners? The team that's kryptonite. Right now for the Red Wings, it's finding that physical defenseman to hit someone. And Steve Yzerman taking some Adderall. Wake up! Steve Yzerman puts me to sleep. Me and Adam go, are we crazy for watching Steve Yzerman pressers all the way through, start to finish? We really like our goalie situation right now. I feel like, what's wrong? Are you guys concerned? We've only cycled through 19 goalies since I've been here. I'm not certain where the disdain is coming from. Listen, Steve, speak a little faster. Dr. Detroit, $1.99 just to say thank you. Dr. Detroit, appreciate you and the thanks. Eric, absolutely. You're the smartest commenter. Maybe Brad should take notes on Howie's formula. Yeah, you steal from everybody. You legit steal from everybody. Absolutely. You steal from everybody, and especially him. Brought in Saquon and paid him. Built the team through the draft. He even had an epic whiff, which maybe could be Brad's. Howie passed on Justin Jefferson. Brad passed on Puka Nacua. But he made up for it quickly. And I think the project era is over. It's over. No more 3-year projects. There's only one person still developing fully, and that's Gio Manu. That's it. Everybody else, we need you now. That's the way it is. Is Howie Roseman dominating Brad Holmes? And look, the best part of this job is my phone is blowing up all the time with people going, "We like this. This is funny. Stop the impersonations." You guys watching that message me on my phone privately are really funny. Your memes are funny. The scouts that are watching are funny. Thank you, scouts. You guys are a funny group of people. I can't message you back at the moment. Your memes are funny. And that's the best, is the people that know me, they know what they can send me. No, and no offense taken. 500 of you, smash the like button. I don't ask for super chats. I don't need them. I respect you. If you want to give it, you get your stuff over. I really just would like likes. Likes help the platform grow. Super chats are welcome. That's for you to get your stuff over. You get it seen by the masses. Super chats, they go right to the front of the line. So thank you humbly. I'm humbled that you would give money to the Lone Wolves podcast that Brad Holmes named. I loved it. I was sitting there going, "Oh, Lone Wolves. Yeah, he respects the Lone Wolves." Tony G. No, he's not dominating Brad Holmes, who had farther to climb out of the basement. The Lions or the Eagles. Let's reassess after this season, which definitely has to be at least an NFC conference win. Good point, Tony G, but here's where I disagree. The Eagles were in the Super Bowl, didn't have success, got back faster than the Lions were ever in it. So who really had to climb farther? Of course, it's the Lions, but they've been there twice. So what I mean by that is, once they got rolling and their hits, simple last year's draft. Last year's draft, they went Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Did they get the best? Where the Lions went Arnold and Rakestraw. Right now, for the Eagles, they're getting 2 contributors. And the Lions, 1. Eric, incentives are up to $9 million. But he has to meet them all. So I'd say probably in the neighborhood of 4 or 5 is what he can realistically earn. But 9 fully. Could you imagine? And see, okay, that's another good question. Wow, and Brad wouldn't do that. The Lions have right now roughly $40 million in cap space. Are you upset that the Lions didn't just pay the toll and just match it? Maybe go over it. Give them 10, up to 10. I don't think so. I feel like the Eagles were desperate. They made a move. But the question I'm asking is, can the Lions have success in the Howie Roseman era? The question I'm asking is, are the Lions going to end up like the Bills, where they just keep knocking on the door, but someone keeps slamming it shut in their face? Are they going to end up being the second place team? They got to make moves to kind of offset the genius of Howie Roseman. And Pro Football Talk, I didn't read it, but Pro Football Talk already looked at it and said, how the heck is a guy that has to pay all this money in cap space still making deals? Did he unlock some secret? Check it out. I'm going to check it out when we're done here. How is Howie Roseman making deals and trying to make a trade for Micah Parsons when they don't have as much cap space as the Lions? Lions like the rainy day fund, and they're saving it for $50 million for Aiden. And the problem now is it feels like every day that they're waiting on Aiden, it's going to cost another $250,000. Let's say Aiden goes out this year and has 20 sacks, 21. Is $50 million going to cover it? Is Aiden on the track of franchise tag? Could another team, you just make him play his 5th-year option next year? And does another team just pay him? Now remember, Brad and Howie are in the same chess club. But Howie's the chess master. Howie has always been a better chess player than Brad. Don't let Brad's fans tell you otherwise. See, they man. He's got a quarterback, Jalen Hurts, mobile, young, talented, a winner, proven winner in college, comes in, proven winner in the National Football League. So, man, is Howie Roseman dominating Brad Holmes? They're in the same class. They're in the same club. They're sitting down, and just as soon as Brad gets his glass, Howie's already up making another deal. He's like, I just ordered you a drink. He's like, got to make a deal. You were sleeping. Howie will take the dinner for Brad just to get Brad out of the office so he can make a deal. I mean, that's probably how it is. I mean, if Howie was willing to claim someone off of the injury settlement waiver, that's some wild business operations. But I think Brad will learn. All those people in that photo that signed it will understand that culture is important, but talent wins games. Talent wins games. Culture keeps people out of the police, the sin bin, but talent wins games. Talent wins games. So, and what does Brad got to do to step it up, in your opinion? What does Brad, if you felt like this is the safe space where you can share, we're not critiquing, we're challenging. When someone's great like Brad Holmes, maybe an idea gets unlocked that helps the organization. If Brad were to make one or two adjustments in his style, in the acquisition of talent, in the draft, what would it be? What could Brad Holmes, if you're not satisfied, do to kind of make you feel a little bit better? And remember, we always start the conversation saying he brought the Lions to relevancy and he's among the best general managers at his craft. But he's not done yet. He's not a finished product. He's not made. He's still a captain. He's not a made man. No. You don't get made by getting to the playoffs in the league. You get made by the dock when you get to the Super Bowl and win one. Getting to the Super Bowl would definitely get you into that meeting. He's not made. So you still got to look at his moves and say, do better. But Brad got us into the playoffs. Yeah. So did Martin Mayhew. And he decided that a tight end was worth your time. Good. Brian gets in, draft less projects. That's going to happen. Drago says, sometimes you got to get hit with the reality of life the hard way. Has to lose again to learn he can't keep playing it safe. That's very possible. Very possible. That's a great question, Eric. Who is behind Hutch and Marcus that you trust? That's the $1 million question. If something happens to those two and you got to call on Al-Quadin Muhammad, could he step up and be consistent? The guys in the practice squad. You just released Ukwu. Eric, you hit the nail on the head. I don't think anybody trusts anybody behind, at least on the outside. The Lions feel like they trust who's on the roster. Pascal. Wingo, and hopefully Hassanin when he comes back. So, and again, yeah, there's still some young players, guys that have been off the waiver wire. So that's why I think people are in the boat that on the outside say, hey, exactly, we have no one. But hopefully you don't need to see that. Hopefully Davenport and Hutch are healthy. And let's just stick with that for the time being. Hopefully Casey Rogers has some success. And you guys are absolutely right. There should be some level of constructive criticism for a team that does not show that they can stay healthy. What does Brad got to do to just get a little bit better? And where are those where's the support of Brad? I thought there'd be a little bit more support. These pessimists need some French fries with their wow burgers from Brent. Let's go, guys. The naysayers are jumping in the comments a little bit more. Is Brad doing a good job? Is my question invalid? We shall see. I can't wait for the season to play out. All reports from camp says Davenport was destroying the offense. Still, the guy's got an injury problem, but it is what it is. Let's just hope this is the year that all turns around. He was playing great. Hopefully he can play the whole year. Knock on wood. Big hope. The keys to wisdom. They got Za'Darius last year for a 6th-round pick, so if you need somebody there will be guys available. And if Hutch is healthy, then adding will take you somewhere. Yeah, let's just hope they don't. Let's just hope that there's a proven player on a team that falls away early, like maybe the Steelers, if they have no expectations, or a team like the Jets. If there's somebody there, if they're struggling, maybe you trade some draft picks to some friends. Brian gets in. Thank you so much for the $9.99. That means a lot. Thank you, Brian. I know you check in. I know you're hardworking. Get after it, man. Thank you. $9.99. Thanks. I'll even accept the color you chose to send it in. Look how it clashes. Tell me. Green and white is all right. Shout out to you. Hopefully it's a blessed weekend. Hopefully you're going to get a chance to sit down and watch some football. 7:30 tomorrow, 4:25 Sunday. Let's go. This week it's green and yellow, right? So we should see. Listen, Brad Holmes evaluated these players, so they feel like there's something there that they can bring to the table. But yeah, you guys are right. Nobody's going to be as good as Davenport or Hutch. It's a new year. It's a year in which this football team is going to play at a high level and do some things. So a lot of good questions we asked over these last 90 minutes. Do you feel a little better? Just talking about it, commenting, make you feel a little bit better that Za'Darius Smith is not a member of the Lions. It's big news. It's important news because your competitor got a little better. They lose out. The Lions lose out on Za'Darius Smith to the Eagles. Man. My frustration is just, 6. It's annoying. But again, remember, this football team is going to go out there and probably dominate the Packers. And they're going to start the year 1-0 and make everybody forget about Za'Darius. That's the mission. Drago, thank you, brother. Appreciate the inside info you give us regularly. Absolutely. I'm even going outside my comfort zone. Interviewing professional athletes is not my super, super duper comfort zone. but I know you guys enjoy it. You read it at a high level. I spoke to Isaac Tesla. Give it a read. He gave me a couple minutes of his time. Very humble, very confident player. We covered Amon-Ra. JMO was wide receiver day on the site. So all I ask is it's free to visit the website. 99.99% of everything that I share is free. Now there's members here that I do videos for. If you want to become a member, there'll be some exclusive coverage there. But 99.99% is pretty good. Don't need your email. Don't need anything extra. Just come visit the site. Come to our Twitter page. Come here. And I appreciate you, Drago, for the $5. That means a lot to me. That means a lot to me, guys, that you would take money out and share your appreciation for what we do. But again, week 1 is going to be positive for the Lions. Listen, I respect those that are going to get loud about it. You made a choice that could impact your season. The Eagles do not need to get better. They need to get worse. So we shall see how it plays out. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you respect my take. My take is I'm annoyed, but I'm confident that when the deadline comes, Brad Holmes will shine there. Once this football team proves to him, these players got to prove to him that they're worthy of adding to a Super Bowl caliber team. 4-0, baby. Start the first quarter of the year 4-0. Win against the Packers, win against the Bears, win against the Ravens, and destroy the Browns. I hope you find my delivery to be of the liking in regards to firm but fair, direct and honest. We'll see. Some will be more angry than me, but just remind them, those that are angry, the defensive end market's not closed. They'll open again on Monday. It's not over. And stop clamoring for dudes in their 30s. I'm not mad because of Za'Darius Smith. I'm mad because the Eagles are open for business all the time. Do they really need Za'Darius Smith? Do the Lions really need Za'Darius Smith? I just think that they do. They just need. They feel the need. They go out and they just do what they need to do to make the team better. No, Hart, you're not the only one. Am I the only person not worried about the Za'Darius signing? After watching last night, Philly needed him more than us. Bingo, Doc. The defensive end market is not closed. Bingo. This is not over. It's just annoying. Za'Darius Smith is 32. And from my assessment, if I go on vacation that much, his legs are probably shot. Needs 4 weeks to recover. Maybe 5. His legs got to be shot. He wasn't working out at a football level. So we'll pick this back up as the season progresses. It'll be a topic because now the clash is going to happen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for entertaining my thoughts. There's a whole world out there that'll share their thoughts. If you're not worried, stay not worried. Have a great weekend. We'll debate it. We'll talk about it. But also remember, there's some ass to kick out there, and the Packers are about to feel the wrath of the Lions. There is some Packer tail to whoop on, and 1-0. I've said it all week, 1-0. The Lions are winning, and I'm proud of you guys for always looking at and debating how this football team can get better. This is not a finished product. They have not arrived. They have not done squat. So critique and challenge Brad Holmes. Critique and challenge. It's okay. And anybody that tells you not to, say, freedom of speech. I want to talk about the Lions. And then put hashtag Doc. Remember, Doc in all the shows. Talking about Za'Darius. Nothing else, just Doc. Just hop in just once in a while, Doc. Remember, you all have your right to your opinion. If you're calm, great. If you're angry, great. I love the I love the wide range of opinions that come into this chat. This is a healthy spot. Nobody was disrespectful. It was open. It was all over the place. Supportive, not supportive, calm, angry. From the beginning to the end, you made my 90 minutes fly by. And for that, I'm truly humbled. All I ever wanted to be was a trusted part of the community. That's it. And you guys have made me feel that way. Not only with your viewership of over 500 people across 2 platforms, but by taking your hard-earned dollars and supporting the Lone Wolves podcast. So many ways to support us. Remember, it's our community. We are Detroit Lions football fans. We are people that work in the media to bring you information directly from the source to the people. It's a community that is great, thriving, growing across multiple platforms. The website is the biggest operation. si.com/NFL/Lions. That's not going anywhere until they boot me out. Content will go there every single day covering the Lions. There's so much. You can subscribe. You can leave super chat. You can become a member. You can do so many things to support the project. You can go on X and retweet. Simple stuff. Or if you're one of the people watching on YouTube, just hit the like button. Simple as that. Leave a comment. Engage with the show. You will hear from me. I am not a person with a hood on in the background of videos. And I'm kidding. If that's inside. If you know, you know. Take the hood down, man. You ain't a hacker. You're a reporter. You guys are funny on X. And I always laugh at the funny stuff you say. I don't judge. I do get a little irritated about some of the weird stuff you say that makes no sense. But a couple of you got some good ones off today. Is that Cartman in my video? Oh, live, laugh, talk junk. Let's come back. If you spot Cartman, find me on X at Detroit Podcast. I love you guys. Have a laugh, talk some junk. And let me ask you this, seriously. Do you trust the doc or Cartman in the background? Let's talk soon. I love you guys all. I'm only kidding. It's funny. Get after it. Love you guys. Bye.